Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a program in Swift to do tune similarity, to take two independent tunes and compare them somehow and decide how similar they are. And excuse me. So far, we've done this with a parsons code, which kind of shows the shape of a melody. We wanted to do some work on rhythms, but rhythms required parsing a bit more of our file format and figuring out how that should all fit together. And after bumbling around for a while, I think I've got a much better breakdown of what this thing should look like. And, we kind of had a dead end where the structure we had couldn't support what we wanted. So today we're going to work on reallocating the behavior between the tune and the score. And I think there are new objects that are going to come out of this too, but we'll start there. So the way it is now, the tune accumulates metadata like what's the title and the reference number and the key. The key is more the next one, which is starting state. So we need to know the key signature, time signature, that sort of thing. And then it also, Tune knows the parts. There's an A part and a B part for repeats and so on. And it identifies the measures and knows the notes. The score works with it, and the score accumulates events, and it knows parts, measures, and notes, and it also builds them. So actually it builds them and then it knows them. So that's kind of its job. And what I've realized is the structure I've called tune, I thought it was going to be the final tune, but there's a lot of stuff in there that's all about accumulating data, and it's really accumulating part of the data, and this thing can't really be the whole tune at this point. So I think I want to rename that to TuneBuilder and leave it the job of accumulating metadata, starting state, and move the event stuff from score to TuneBuilder. And then in the end, it will build a tune, which is what I formerly called score, and that's going to know parts, measures, and notes. So we're going to head over to the IDE and work on that today. I'm finding out my voice is really ragged here. Sorry. All right, test should all run. We're going to refactor, rename tune to TuneBuilder. Since a builder is the pattern of things that accumulate state and then construct an object. And rename score to tune. Notice we have to do that in the opposite order. Okay. All good. And let's go find tune. Okay, so tune becomes TuneBuilder. And it takes care of the file, but not that opening comment. And then we also need tune test. Tune tests become TuneBuilder tests if it ever wakes up. Go. TuneBuilder tests. This should all pass. And then I'm going to take a look at each of these files that changed and see how they reference tune and make sure there's no changes we need around that. Okay. Also, I went through offline and looked for the word element that should be event now, and I fixed that. So you may be noticing that. Okay. That doesn't look too... Well, let's call this builder. Well... we'll hang out on this one. I think this thing really should be taking tunes and not tune builders. So we'll hold off there. TuneBuilder. Okay. There's something going on here. I mean, it's treating TuneBuilder as a tune. We'll see as we go if we care about that too much. I feel like maybe our tune should be, we should be looking at the tune instead of the builder for some of these things. All right, but the way we're doing things now, that's just not relevant. Okay, so rename tune to TuneBuilder. And then the other one was score to tune. And I just don't know. This may have some, we may not be done. Put it that way. Tune. Okay. Make sure everybody's okay with that. And somewhere down here we have score tests. Good. Tune tests. Okay. Good. Rename score to tune. Okay. Now, one of the things that we did yesterday, the tune no longer cares about parts, and we left enough in there because people are they're still using it this way, but I think that's not really quite right. And well, at any rate, this thing, when we use it, let's see, where's parts referenced? Oh, well, it's not even slide A. Current part A. Okay. Well, maybe this worry is not there. The tune, I saw something commented out. Oh, it's not tune, it's TuneBuilder. Okay, yes. TuneBuilder should not know parts anymore. And I think it's got the commented thing. No. Okay, let's find A. Current part A. Oh, why am I not in TuneBuilder? Wait. Okay, something's messed up. Video unavailable seems not so good either. Let's refresh this. Okay, that's better. Oh, what's that doing over there? I have to say, OBS has some bugs around the video capture stuff. All right, let's get Xcode back. Let's close that. Let's find TuneBuilder. Okay, there we go. Xcode got a little confused. Okay, so here you can see we always take part sub A, and if you ask for the score, we give you part sub A, and this part, when you set it, it does nothing. Okay, so let's take this one out. We'll see who's calling it. Okay, we'll take it out here and take it out of here. Tune set current part. And then who's calling this? The parser. Okay. Yeah, we changed from doing it through the TuneBuilder to doing it in the event stream here. So this is really dead code now too. Okay, so let's test that. And I think part sub A, well, let's see, where do we assign parts? Part sub current part, that's A, equals notes. So notes is really the, oh, that's funny. Okay, well, notes is going through part sub A, so it's a little funny. Okay, this is remove dead code. I guess theoretically a refactor. Well, it better be. Okay, so part sub A score. If you ask for the score, you get part sub A. Let's find that constructor again. Part sub A equals notes. Well, I think what it should be, I don't think anybody should be using this anymore. Okay, so that's used there. Part specification. Okay, part specification is different. That is, it shows the same. This is the ABC file format. There's a parts thing, and you can do it in the tune header. Well, there you say it's like ABAB or AABBCC or whatever your format is, like these. And that's saying the song has that structure. But then within the tune body or inline, you can say P:(A) or P:(B) to identify the specific part. So the header one I've been calling part specification, and that really needs to be correct. Now this one, let's see, where's parts initialized? Oh, there's measures. Parts description. Okay, if we need it. That we keep. Who's using this? Okay, if it equals nil, okay, yeah, so we are defaulting it to a tune, okay, which was a score. Okay, so let's make that the focus here then. Public var, well, let's make it private. Let's just say var tune of type tune. Okay, and then in the constructor, well, let's just equal tune. We'll create a new one for starters. Because I think, in effect, that's what we're doing down here. If it's nil, we just return an empty tune. Otherwise, parts of name. I don't know. There's something funny going on. I'm not twigging to it. Okay. I think you should have a tune. I think you're only going to ask for part A in this is the deal. So all these self-subcurrents, I think they should just be tune. Okay. Oh, before I make that change, let me make the change to the initializer. So I'm going to say part sub current part. I'm going to say Tune. Well, I'm confused. Tune. This thing goes to parts description. All right, I'm going to say it this way. We've initialized tune. Everybody who's asking for part sub A should get tune. Okay, everybody who's referencing part sub A, which is self subcurrent part, should be referencing tune. And then subscript, I don't think anybody should be using that anymore, but they probably are. Let's just return tune. Okay. Parts. All right. I don't know if I caught everything. Clearly did not. Okay. Oh, this is... Yeah. Okay, that one's a problem. What else we got? These. Well, check tune parsing. Okay, let's see what he does. Okay, let me go back here. I don't know if I can say callers on this one. I can. Okay, that one I expect to be a problem. So I think I'm asking for tune.tune sub B. And where's my tune? I don't know if it does a subscript. No, it just does part. Okay. Okay, let's run this again. We probably got fixed one. All right. Fatal index out of range. Score dot part A. Okay, let's back up. I think I've mostly changed TuneBuilder. Let's revert that. Okay, so when you ask for parts of A, you're always getting this tune parts of A. All right, let's start with parts sub A equal tune. See if that works. Oh, sorry. Build failed. This is weird. What is the problem here? Still 38 failures. Interesting. All right, what have I got changed here? Is it more than I'm expecting? TuneBuilder. So if I take this out, no failures. Okay. The problem is when you start this thing, oh, notes is the incoming tune. Oh, okay, that's better. Parts of A equals notes. Okay. Now, that should still be okay because current part was A. Okay. Now, parts. Let's see. This thing, the only reference we saw was that one. Tunes to B. Okay. So tunes to B dot count. All right. So I want to make this useless. I'm going to make it private. Now, what's going on here? Well, okay, so part of this is not the tune yet, if I can say it that way. Let's say builder equals parse tune. Is that, wait, what type is this? Builder. Okay, yeah, let's call this builder. Okay, builder.parts description. That part's fine, but the subscript, I need to do more. I need to say builder.complete. Okay, and that forces the tune to be built. The tune is the thing that really has the stuff in it. Okay, so measures, identify measures, calls complete on each score. Okay, and then at that point, who looks at what? Well, theoretically, at that point, you can look at the tune. Let's say score in this test. So builder, let's take builder.score.part B count. Okay, let's see if that works. If I've navigated it correctly, it should be fine. Okay, yeah. So this is saying, like, the builder, it doesn't build it until you say build. Okay, complete. Okay, and then you can get to the score, but the score is not really meaningful, like in terms of measures and parts and all that stuff. That doesn't get calculated until you say complete. So we're trying to separate out this notion that the builder manages the list of events, and then when it finishes, it analyzes them to produce the actual tune that is held in score. Okay, now everybody who's referencing this is doing current part, and there's nothing to change the current part. Okay, so let's hard code this. I'm going to do this bit by bit because we've messed it up. Okay, this should not matter. Okay, so this is get completed tune if you want to see parts. And I'm doing all this to get rid of these self-A's. Okay, does anybody else reference subscript now? Okay, so there are no callers other than this one. We always call it with A. So this name is always A. Okay, that should be neutral. Okay, now instead of part sub A, I'm gonna add in my tune. Okay, so let's make a var tune. And whenever I assign part sub A, I'm going to assign tune. Okay. And that should be harmless. Okay, now that I've got tune everywhere, anybody who references parts of A could just as well reference tune. Okay, if this works, we're through the hump of it. Good. Okay, so use save and use tune instead of parts map. Okay, so now I think all references to parts are irrelevant. Parts of A equals notes. Parts of A equals. Well, this could be returned tune. Well, I don't think anybody references this. Let's make sure of that first. Right, so that's no longer needed. And then I think my claim is parts is no longer needed. Parts. Okay. Parts description is different. Yeah, there's a couple references yet. The only one that's really interesting is down here where we complete. Okay, so parts for each. Well, there is only one part. It's tune. Okay, so well, this is part name is A. And score equals tune. And then this for each, there's only one of them, so it's really irrelevant. Let's make sure this is okay. Whoops. Okay, remove usages of parts. All right, and now I think parts is gone. Good. Okay. Now, who's asking for notes? Who's referencing this? Part. Well, this is just A. Oh, this initial part specification defaults to A. That's correct. Okay. But nothing else uses this. Okay. Now, I don't like titles. I'm fine. Reference number and titles. This is metadata. Okay. Key is the current state. Tune, I don't think means anything. I think the only reason we have tune is because we want to use the events from it. Is what I think is going on. We're adding notes. We're adding events. Score equals tune. Well, let's just say tune.complete. Tune.measures. I don't know about this measures thing. Okay, these two can go. Okay. See, I think asking for the notes is not correct. I don't think you should ask the TuneBuilder for the notes because it's the tune, it's the built tune that knows the notes. Okay, so let's go to tune. Tunes. Yeah, I can go this way. Okay, so tune, I think, has a notes. Not seeing it. Okay. I think you should be asking the tune for the notes. All right, and then measure. I'm not sure why measure is in here either. This is measures for the A part and the B part. Let's find usages of this. Not a lot. Okay. Identify measures. A equals tune.measures. Measures for part. Yeah, I don't think you should be asking this thing for the measure. Who does that? A few tests. Yeah, I don't think they should. They should be asking the tune for the measure. And this thing knows the parts. I mean, we certainly can answer what are the measures. I think we can answer that on the tune. Okay, so let's try to move this over. So can I ask the tune, give me the ith measure of part A. All right, and that seems reasonable enough. You ask for part, you can ask for all the measures. Okay, so measures for part equals, well, I think our part produces measures. Yeah, so we can say parts sub part. Okay, and yeah, that's confusing. Let's make this part name. Okay, if you ask for parts or part name, and then once you get back the measures, you do the index. That seems okay. Type of ambiguous. Part. Oh, parts. Sorry. Okay, so to get the right one, ask for the measures for the parts, gives us the measures, and then within there, that's an index, and we get that. Okay, that should be harmless because nobody's referencing it. Okay, and then what I would say is everybody who's asking for the measure should really be asking the tune. Let's make sure they do. Okay, so tune is TuneBuilder. Well, I think it's tune.tune.measure. And we'll come back around on this, I think. Let's see. I don't know, maybe complete. TuneBuilder.complete. I almost want to make him return tune. Okay, but I'm not going to do that for now. Let's just make sure this is okay. Okay, let's catch these others. That's this one. Tune.measure. I'm going to say builder here. Same thing here. I'm really trying to draw that distinction more. Okay, and this one. Was I searching for parts? I don't see parts in there. Okay, now I think nobody references measures in here anymore. That's really a weird take on this. Like, this has nothing to do with that. Okay, I'm going to assume it's a slightly confused. Okay. Everybody should be okay without that measure function. Okay, so we move measure to tune, use it, delete version in TuneBuilder. Okay, now measures, who references this? Okay. Measures here, but notice nobody's reading it. Okay, so let's do that and that. Take that out. Okay, now identify measures as private. Let's inline it because it's not really doing anything at this point. Okay, so this should be good. Okay, so we remove measures from tune. This is good. All right, now I don't know who's referencing notes here. Excuse me. TuneBuilder, Tune Complete, Tune.Notes. Okay, only because it's complete. I really would like notes to be owned by the Tune, not the TuneBuilder. And I thought we had it. Okay, but we don't have, let's see. This part specification, let's see the structure on that. Okay, yeah, so parts, if we go back to the example, parts, here's one, P parentheses A2B3 says this is really AAB, AAB, AAB. So A2 means twice, and then the parenthesized 3 says repeat 3 times. Well, parenthesized makes the group and then repeat. Okay. So I think this part specification really should be put on the tune. Should the tune know it? I think it should. So if you, oh, who references this? Tune.part specification. Let's parse tune, return a builder. Yeah. Okay. Part specification. Right, that's all local. Default, that's the one I want. Set part specification. So I kind of think nobody should be accessing it directly. They are. And you're just random. Okay. So I think part specification belongs on the tune. Okay, so I'm going to move this over, and I don't want it public. Public var. Maybe I can say private get. No, private set. No, that's no good. Okay, let's start with the public. Okay, so there's a part specification and the tune knows it. And it defaults to that. Okay, just to satisfy the initializers. Okay. That is fine. So I'm moving things that maybe belong more on Tune over here. It seems to me okay that TuneBuilder knows it. I just think when we complete, I think we want to set it here. Equals part specification. Okay, so now I'm saying when you call complete, we will set that on there. All right, that should be harmless. I think in general there's going to be stuff copied from this to that, and maybe in the initializer. All right, right, and now these people who access it. Let's see parse tune. I got a lot of these, and I think they should be looking at tunes. All right, so let's make this parse tune builder. And then let's define our own that's slightly different. I want parse tune to return a tune. Okay, and so it's going to take tune sub 0 dot complete and then return tune sub 0 dot tune. Okay, and now this should call parse tune and ask it for the part specification. Okay, description, good. All right, now how about this one? TuneBuilder tests. Okay, let's do tune.complete and then rename this to builder. Builder.tune.part specification should be part A. Maybe I don't care. No, this really is about the TuneBuilder, isn't it? Okay, let's take the builder dot part specification should be an A. Okay, I buy that. And then this one is irrelevant. Okay, so the parts parser incorporates parts just after title. Okay. Tune. Okay, let's do the same thing here. This is builder equals parse tune. Sorry, I guess I should have left it tune. Tune.parts specification. Parts description. Parts description. Actually, I think it should be like that. Okay, so make tune. No, it's part specification. Adjust tests. All right, now what else is Tune doing here? Who references this? People look. Okay. I don't know if anybody needs that. Okay, but that's a... Let's see what we can do for TuneBuilder first. Okay, so now TuneBuilder knows some metadata. It knows the key. It knows the tune. Oh, this is the one. Still being referenced. So I would love this to be coming from the tune. And it certainly looks like it could, right? Because parts description, we've got part, and the rest of it is measure. What's measure? Oh, it's the notes from a measure. Right, and I think part gives us measures, so array of measures. So I believe I can move this method over to tune. I'll put it here. Okay, anything you care about. Cannot find tune. Well, that's really self, so let's just do part sub $0, parts description. Well, that's this. And I think we'll format this a little more. Okay, take the part specification, AABB, get the description. This is just the letters A, A, B, B. Map that to the parts, map that to the measures, flatten everything out, and return a tune with the result. I think that's not ideal, but I think it's accurate for where we are. Okay, so now this can certainly be tune.notes if it all worked. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so move notes to tune. All right, now I want to get all these Snoopy people who wanted to get it from here. I'm going to make them go to the tune for it. Okay, note parser tests. Expected tune equals TuneBuilder. Tune. What's the type of tune? Builder.notes. We're going to go to builder.tune.notes. And again, I almost think complete should be returning this, but we'll get this thing straightened out first. Expected tune is another builder. Okay. Tune, that's a builder. All right, let's see if, make sure we're working so far. I feel like I'm about to break it. Let's get these others. Tune.notes.description. Whoops. FFDF. FFD is not equal to FDFD. This should be BFDFD. The tune is not that. Wait a minute. Builder.notes. Did I miss a run? I think that's just a rename. That shouldn't do anything. Note parser tests. This test, oh, let's try this file. Okay. And then this one flows up. Let's revert this one. Sorry, that wasn't revert. Disco changes. Okay. All right. Let's go back here. Part pressure tests. Expected notes. FD. Okay, but if I completed the builder, does this already do that? Not that I can see. Builder.tune.notes.description. Maybe something funny here. I can't quite tell. All right, who else? Parsons code report uses builder.notes. Assuming this is the top level thing. Okay. Port tunes. Fine tunes. Calls this fine tunes. Might already call completed. Yep. Okay, that explains this one too. Sorry, was it this one? Right, so Parse Tune Builder does complete them first. Okay, and where's my search? Who calls this? Still is an open question. Okay, Parsons Code Report calls builder.tune.notes. Okay. And so I think I can take this out. Good. All right. Whoops. Notes. Well, I think we're going to say tune. Okay, this is becoming more like what I want. Who references this? Score. Probably anybody who does .tune should be doing .score. So let's make this private. And some build stuff should complain. Parsons. I don't know if I like the word that much in this context, but I want people to use it. Okay, and test should find some more of those. And I think the timing is wrong. Okay, so what am I saying here? I don't think anybody should be referencing score because we don't know if it means anything until we call it complete. Okay, so I think this should probably be more like make. And it should return the tune. All right, we've gone for a while. So let's take a break, like 3 or 4 minutes. And I think we've done enough for now on this TuneBuilder. I want to focus on the tune for a while and get those events moved from it back to TuneBuilder. I think that'll be a good chunk of the rest of the session today. So anyway, we'll take that break. See you in a few. All right, welcome back. Let's get the tune up here. Okay. So one of the separations, I think the way I'm seeing this now is the parser turns the text into this stream of events. And the events are not quite ready to be, they're not musical per se. I mean, they're relevant to music, but they're not the music. I think the measures is the music. And I think the usages of events here is really, we're accumulating them. We can walk over them, but mostly we're appending to them. And I think all these things that append to them really belong over on TuneBuilder. Okay, so let's see who calls each of these. Okay, who references this? A lot in the parser tests. Interesting. That's probably not quite what I'd want. What is this? He's a TuneBuilder. Okay, so he references events. Oh, he goes through the score to get to them. Yeah, they all do that. Okay, so everybody who wants to get to events is already talking to the TuneBuilder anyway. Okay, and that is actually appropriate, right? So the parser is basically talking to the TuneBuilder, feeding it these stream of events, and then asking about them. Okay, so I'm going to move events, I'm going to reveal it in TuneBuilder. Okay, so if you say events, well, even there, is that quite... Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to say public var events is an array of event, and the way you get to it is you say tune.events. All right, and this will eventually be better. All right, so this doesn't do anything. It should be fine. Right, and now these, everybody who does builder.score.events should just do builder.events. Yeah, let's make sure this one's happy. Builder.score.events. And this is, well, this sort of chained thing is really a law of Demeter violation. We're asking this object for that object, for this one, for that one. This stuff's a little more functional. It's computing stuff, but you can get rid of that by doing this kind of process of pulling them through. So we put events on builder, and that makes that access okay. Builder.events and events. Okay, so I believe we've just pulled all references to events from here should only be in Builder. I wish it would refresh that. Oh, it did, I guess. Builder.events, tune, and then Builder. Okay. So make TuneBuilder aware of Tune's events. Okay, now we want to find the places that do this. So who calls this? Yeah, that's a good question. And is only in TuneBuilder. Okay. So let's, how can we do this? Well, maybe that one's ready to move. I think that's the way to look at it. Same thing here. Ready to move. And then this. Not referenced. Okay, good. All right, so the two methods that reference events, and then in the end, this does. Well, no, it's not referencing events. Somewhere completed will. Events.forEach. Okay. So I think we can let's pass in events here. Let's see who calls this. Tune tests. And TuneBuilder. Tune. Okay. Yeah, so let's move this thing over. So I want to move events over to TuneBuilder. I don't quite know where to put it, but I'll put it over here. Okay, and now this method is called in one place by Tune, who just says tune.add. Well, let's just do events.add. Okay. And now I don't expect that's called. And the same thing here. I think this is called in one place. Right. Events.append. And again, should not be needed. Okay, and then the last one. Well, this is events. Okay, events is an array of event, and I'm saying you should pass that to me because I'm going to need it here. Okay. And the caller, I'll build and the compiler will tell me who all called it. Declaration of events, TuneBuilder. Oh, right. If we have it here, we don't need it. So we'll worry about this case. TuneBuilder complete with events. Okay, that should build. Tests won't build because there were a few tests that used it as well. Now, whether they should, okay, tune events. Please just go there. Tune events equals events. Oh, that's tune with events. Should they be doing that? Excuse me. Well, what's Tune doing with events here? Okay, I don't like this constructor. I'm going to say it's the same events. It's certainly possible this should be built by a TuneBuilder and not by this. Okay, so this should build now. Oops. Wow. Okay. Check tune parsing. Complete. Parse tune should generate all the header events. Okay. Let's start simple. Tune knows its measures failed. Let's see if this is this reference to tune of events, which I didn't like. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at the bottom of every one of these problem areas. Okay, tune events. Let's see, can we... I don't like having everything on the floor. Tune... Now maybe that's the equivalent of this. All right, does this one work? Why are you... Tune knows its measures. Oh, this is the one. Failure. None. Okay, build up rhythm, build up notes. Well, this is really events. Okay, events, notes for ABCD. Got a header. The notes is tunes of events. I'm gonna say let's let's let this thing build things from events. Tune equals tune. I think events is array of event equals empty array. Well, that starts empty, so I should be able to say equals events. Okay. Now, nobody's calling that. Let's make this one use it. Okay, that's promising. Let's see, who else? There's really note parser tests. Okay. And they're mostly complaining about check tune parsing. Okay, so check tune parsing, builder parse tune, expected notes. Let's see, these are events. Okay, and that may do it. Mostly does it. Okay. Nothing. Parse tune, that stuff. Well, this is probably a builder, right? Parse tune that. Okay, let's break here. Oh, well, he already ran my assert. Okay, empty is not equal to that. Let's see, builder dot score. Okay. QA 1 equals 1 value. Oh, it's got a note. It's got a measure 4, and the note is an A, which is that. Builder.score.description. Oh, description doesn't know the events anymore. So let's just do builder. Do measures have descriptions? No, they don't. Scores, description. Well, that's a pretty poor description for us. Right. Let's say the measure sub-zero. Let's say sub-zero. Can we do that? Come on, help me out here. The measures sub-zero dot. All right. Well, if events are gone, then this description is really a waste, right? It just prints the things there. So let's see the builder's description. Tune reference number, title, tune. Well, I'm trying to think what's useful here. I have this feeling like, well, let's just do notes. And that may break some other things, but let's return notes dot description. Oh, okay. Notes. What's the type of this? Array of note. Well, I think I could take measures and do something with it, maybe. Measures dot description. Would that be helpful? Xcode has killed. Okay. Reopen. Don't know what's going on there. Okay. Well, and it missed the point, right? The point was supposed to be that the bar lines are captured. All right. I'm going to skip this test for a minute and let's just see the others that failed. TUNE-27 title, blah, 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 tune bar line. Well, okay, we've kind of changed this this is probably acceptable. I would say that's moderately acceptable. The difference is it doesn't have the tune stuff in it. But why doesn't the second one? Expected tune, expected notes. Well, this is one of these events ones. Oh, let's do it. Events. And let's call these expected events. Okay, that one's green. Bar line's captured. That's a little trickier. Test rest can be followed by slash. Okay. F sharp 511. Tune measure 4/4 half rest. And I think again we've used the tune. Let's do event. Good. All right. Now we're just at this one. Builder score description. I'm not sure where these bar lines would be saved. Okay, so parse tune builder.complete. See if make sure parse tune's not calling builder.complete. Okay, I guess not. Then we want to assert that the builder's score description. Well, okay, score description does definitely not include bar lines. But why not? Let's see measure. Oh, we got parser tests that are failing too. Let's see if these are easier. Check tune parsing. Expected note event. All right, we're down to this bar lines one. Alrighty. And let's find measure. Measure as a rhythm and an event. Who is holding on to those bar lines then? And do they need to be captured? I don't know. I don't think we capture bar lines anymore. Let's find event. Okay, so event, where's barline? Barline does capture them. Let's see what TuneBuilder, what does Tune do with them? Does not look at them. Okay, so the deal is this test it's a question of, are we trying to test the events or the resulting score? And I would say it's trying to test the events. I think it's saying builder events sub 0 equals dot bar line of this. Okay, and we don't care about complete even. So we're still at the phase of saying, I just want to make sure we capture the right events. And I want to capture these bar lines. It may be accurate. I think that is probably what it really wants to test. And I can probably use first just to be consistent there. Yep. Did I run them all? Okay. It's nice they all run so fast. Okay, so we have removed events from Tune, moved to TuneBuilder. All right, now let's go back to Tune. We got some stuff to comment out. That, who references this? Oh, we still got people doing that. Add notes, events depend, more notes, dot events. Who calls this? ABC parser. Okay, there's still something still funny here. Where is this getting a tune? Notes is a tune. Is that what we want here? Okay, so this is the main way we get notes. So let's look at the note line parser. Okay, this thing gives us a tune. I got a feeling like we don't need a tune out of this. Like somewhere here, where's this method that does it? Tune value dot flat map. Right there, what's value? It's a heck of a thing. I think it may boil down to just array of events. Let's see, each one's producing events. Yeah. Where's ABC parser now? Can we add events instead? Tunes goes tunes.last.add notes. Well, it certainly could add one that does. Okay. I want notes to be events. Okay, and I'm going to mess with note line parser to produce events. Okay, so parser is producing event. Parser equals make node parser. Character to array of event. All right, now this events, we don't have add notes. We can certainly add events, or we could add events. This is TuneBuilder.add notes. Let's give it add events. Add events, array of event. append contents of events. Okay. I mean, this is trying to be a refactoring, so all our tests should just work if I do it right. Okay. So ABC parser cannot convert to event. This should be add. Let's see if this builds. Missing one place. Cannot convert value of type event. Oh, that should be add. Events. Okay. That should build. And that should run. Oh, didn't build. Value. ABC parser success value. This is a bunch of events. Well, I'm not clear. I should be getting these from here. But we are certainly using it. Okay. Well, we should say let's see what these people are doing with them. Notes equal. It's supposed to be a tune. And that's a tune. Okay. Well, it's an array of events. Okay, so we should be able to value. Builder just calls complete, doesn't it? Yes. Okay, build. Tune is inaccessible. Score. Okay, this should just work. One, two. Something's going wrong. ABC parser.notes. What is that? Well, I don't know. Am I going down a bad path here? Tune still got the events. Let's try looking again. Who's using this? This constructor is problematic. Well, that part's probably wrong. I would say the measures is probably more correct. Okay. But still, this is the problem. Who calls this? And who calls this? Okay, so I think that means nobody's calling this anymore. That's good. So I'm going to go backwards again. Who called this? That. Result is all the events. Oh no, it's a bunch of notes. Okay, so let's see tune. Init notes, init events. Okay. I don't know. I'm feeling buried. Tune. Okay. I would say I don't want anybody calling it with events. So who's doing this? Expected note events. Well, I don't think that's really tune. I think that's out of date. Tune with make notes. Well, if that had been an array of notes, I'd be happier. So what's make note doing? And where's it called? All over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's just these. Okay, I wish I had a note instead of an event. So take the event.note off. And that should be notes. Oh, that wasn't the only color of make note. Okay. Event note takes a value which is a note, I believe. Yes. CBACG is not equal to empty. Well, that sounds like this has that. So let's take a look. Print notes. Oh, well, this is where my equals is really not great, isn't it? I've got a tune. I'm comparing on events. Ugh. Okay, I'm burying myself too much here. Let's revert. Okay, go back where we were. Let's make sure everything's running. Okay, let's go back to Tune. And let's is that legit? Okay. Let's see, TuneBuilder. Has it got anything commented? Okay. Okay, so what I want to do is get events out of Tune. Now, this. See, part of this is these variations, they're more like test set situations. I bet every use of this, I suspect is a test. There's only one and this one. Okay, and this one we just fixed. Make note, we're going to return a note instead. And then find make note. This one, we're going to wrap that. Okay. Member note. Okay. Okay, so we got rid of the tune constructor. Let's see this one. All right, so I think the only usage of this is in our own code. No. Why did it seem like that a minute ago? I don't know. All right, so parser tests. Events. Well, wait a minute. That's not tune. Is there a tune init there somewhere? I don't see it. Tune value flat map. Okay, this one we changed. I don't know about successfully. Make note. That all just uses notes. I don't think this tune search is quite. Let's do it the other way. Okay, now we got some places. Parts parser. Tune expected notes. All right. Let's take the events out. Okay, put this back for a minute. Now I think this test should fail because we're comparing tunes with their events. All right, so I think this fails with the empty list back. And I think we're comparing tunes the wrong way. Okay, he's happy enough. Let's fix that side of things. And it would be nice to fix this side of things. What does tunes.notes maps them to events? Well, nuts. All right. If we're not looking at events, what makes this thing the same? Well, I think it's the measures. And it's the part specification. So are we green right now? Okay. Avoid tune event constructor. Let's reassess what tune equality is. Do we have tune tests here? Yes. Note score. Well, let's talk about equality first. Okay, so we'll let tune 1A equal tune with, and I want to give it some notes. Note B, you know what? Let's go to note as well. Accidental. I'm gonna let you default this to natural. Okay. So this one, note B, note C. Okay. Tune1B is the same. And Tune1C, we'll just leave out this. Tune2. Okay. And Jim Shore taught this pattern. It's like, yeah, that's what you want to do. For equality, you want to make sure there's two things that should be equal and then one that shouldn't, and then you want to check that they are and aren't. AQ. Okay. Now, I'm not sure where we are because we got these events now. I think it'll put the events in and it'll be okay, but we don't want it to be right. Okay, so I think let's say test equality with notes, and then let's put it on. Oh, there, we'll figure out the name of that shortly. Okay, so this passes, so let's see what we can do. I think what we want to say is the measures are equal. In this events thing, ugh. Okay, so depending on events is clearly not what we want. What happens with those notes, though? I mean, we got to call complete on it to get the whole thing. Which tells me my construction is trickier than I want, but again, I want to see who does this. Test, me, test. Okay, so this is a test helper method. I mean, is it the case that only the builder is the one that's able to do this? Okay, so I think that is only used by tests. Let's check this one. Test note line parser. Okay, we were able to eliminate that one. All right, let's do that again. Did that work though? This is a test. Tune of notes. We can take out event on note. All right, now it's a build from those. Oops. Okay, tune of notes. All right, I'm still trying to get rid of that one constructor if I can. All right, where else? Tune of notes. Well, that looks like a... Those look like tunes with notes. I'm okay with that. Make note. Produced a note. Okay, that's good. Tune value flat map. Okay, this is our parser. That's not so good. And these, I think, are just weird. Oh, it's taking event notes. Okay, where's... Let's take this off. Okay, so now these should be... Oh. Wait a minute. Expected notes. Well, that seems irrelevant to that constructor. This one does not. All right, let's make sure we're still green. Okay. Avoid tune sub event constructor. Okay. I see I haven't touched my to-do all day here. Refactor, rename. We did that part. Okay. Remove parts tracking from tune. Keep it in score only. Yes, we did that part. From tune to TuneBuilder. And that's what we're working on now. All right. Well, it was that grammar one, and I just think that one's the one that went bad. Where's that constructor? Well, we have these two. What do they look like? Events. Can TuneBuilder handle events? Yeah, kind of. Let's use TuneBuilder here. Well, what do I care about? I mostly care that I get to the measures. So TuneBuilder doesn't bother me too much there. Okay, so let's say builder equals TuneBuilder reference number 1. We don't care. And events is events. Then we have to complete it. And score is builder.score. Okay, does this work? Yes. Okay, so let's do this kind of thing for these. I'm going to call builder.complete. I don't want to call score.complete. Did I do that up here? Let's take that one out. Okay, this should all be good. Okay, avoid. All right, let's see how we're doing. Okay, so I think to be more specific here, what we're trying to do is avoid, then remove constructor tune taking events. All right. So we've made a fair bit of progress today. We got TuneBuilder into much better shape. It accumulates information. Let's see what we said we wanted. Accumulates information, metadata, starting state, and events, and it builds a tune. And that's pretty good. We've got events moved over, and it's using that, but there's still remnants of events in here, and it looks like something is kind of using it. So we want to be a little careful about getting rid of that carefully. Okay. Our equality on tune uses events now, and it should not. Okay, so let's call that explicitly out. Tune equality shouldn't use events. Okay, and I think that's where we're at. So we will pick up there next time. We're going to try and get tune again to be kind of a constructed thing, not managing events or any of the partial information. It just gets constructed in one blob, and I think that will be okay. All right. So thanks for joining today. Next time is next week, Monday, 1 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. And thanks for joining today, and I hope to catch you in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.